Hi, I'm Sheila Roberts, and I'm happy to be writing for Mira. Anyway, I do love to write. I love to tell stories, and this is just, I'm real excited about the upcoming things that we've got in the pipeline. I'm excited to be writing the brand new Life in Icicle Fall series. I've been writing for, gosh, some time. I started off even writing as a child, telling myself stories, and so I love to write. I love to tell stories. I've been doing this for quite a while, but this is something I think I'm probably the most excited about of anything I've done to date. I think it's just going to be great fun. I like to think that I write fun books for women. I title it Chick Flick in a Book. Oh, the inspiration behind my Icicle Fall series. Well, you know, I love to talk about that because it's actually based on a town in Washington, up in the mountains, kind of toward eastern Washington, called Leavenworth. And this town, way back in the 50s, was on the verge of extinction. They were about to become a ghost town. And they reinvented themselves. The timber industry had dried up, the train was going a different way, and there just was no industry. And one of the town fathers had been stationed in Germany when he was in the army and said, you know, we've got it all here. We've got the mountains, we've got the scenery. This would be a beautiful alpine village. So why don't we make our town a tourist destination? And so the whole town pulled together. They redid the town. They put all these adorable facades on the buildings, rebuilt, and today it is just a booming place. And I got to tell you, real estate values, as you know, have kind of been upsy-downsy in a lot of the country, and Leavenworth has held its property value. It's a great little town. The people there are wonderful. The scenery's gorgeous. It seemed like a perfect place to have a series. When I first started this series, I just knew that I wanted to write about this really cool town. And of course, you start a book and some characters you just begin to fall in love with and say, oh, she's just like me, she's pretty cool. And think, oh, I'd like to use that character again. And so a few characters have already surfaced that I'm thinking, oh yeah, I want to keep bringing this one back. She's a lot of fun. So yeah, as the books evolve, I know that there'll be several characters that will continue to reappear, as well as some new ones that are going to move to town. Oh, a little bit about Icicle Falls. Well, my first heroine in my first book is Samantha Sterling. She's the oldest daughter in the family. She's the head of the chocolate factory, or at least she was, but things got a little bit mixed up, and so she's having to lead the family out of the mess they've fallen into. And actually, she's kind of helping the town because the town has had a bit of problems. Just like the real life town had, these guys are having to do a little bit of reinvention and kind of resurface from some bad times. And I like Samantha because I think she's a really strong character. She's just a take charge kind of gal, and she's determined she's gonna save her family, save the town, save the world. And you know, I think a lot of women can identify with that because that's sort of what we do, isn't it? We're so busy working at taking care of our families and making sure everyone around us is all right, and we really are kind of the caretakers of the world. What interested me most of all the relationships when I was working on this book probably was the mother-daughter one. The mother in this book is a little bit like me. She's not the world's best when it comes to money and money management, and now she's widowed and she's in a bit of a mess. So our poor heroine not only is trying to save the country and save the town, she's trying to keep mom sorted out too, and that's kind of a big handful. But I've got to say, I really did enjoy the romances too. I think the main romance is a lot of fun, and there's also a secondary romance brewing that I'm really having a good time. I kind of got a bad boy in it, and we all love bad boys, don't we? What's with that? I don't know, but I love mine. The scene that was the most fun to write, I've got to say, was probably when my poor heroine is being plagued by her dream of being chased around by the hero and ending up in a vat of chocolate. What a good way to end up in the vat of chocolate with the hero. But anyway, it was just fun. I just kept myself highly entertained. I mean, I crack me up. I hope I'll crack up readers too. I certainly had fun writing it. I think the one way you keep characters fresh after when you've done a lot of books is that you realize that you're meeting a whole new person. And every person is different. Just like in real life, every person you meet is different. I think that's the same with characters too. So I don't think it's too hard to keep them fresh because it's somebody brand new to get to know. My next book, which is out in November, called Merry Xmas, I'm so excited about that book. I mean, I love Better Than Chocolate because it's got all those awesome chocolate recipes in it. But Merry Xmas has got cupcake recipes in it. And it's about wives and their exes, which is pretty funny. And it's just got some fun storylines, some very funny storylines. And one of the most fun things I have done in like forever, we did a music video that's gonna go with that book, and you'll be able to find it on YouTube. It's called Merry Christmas Mama. And I had so much fun doing this music video. We wrote the song for it, and it's kind of a tacky mother-in-law song of our hero is not really fond of his ex-mother-in-law because he's sure she's ruined his life, and so it's kind of like what he'd like to give his mother-in-law for Christmas. And I'm a mother-in-law, so hopefully I won't offend any mother-in-laws out there because it all ends well and they're friends by the end. But I just love that song. It's so fun, so I hope people will check it out.